With me today is Manisha Sisodia, mother, beauty queen, and a doctor. Dr. Manisha, welcome to Candid with Karl.
It's such a pleasure to be with you, sir. It was like dream come true to be sitting in front of you and doing something like this.
So I'm going to pinch myself just to ensure we are not still dreaming.
I've already pinched myself.
Wonderful. Let's take you back in time, Manisha, to the city of dreams where you were born and raised, Mumbai.
Yes, very much. I'm completely born, brought up a Mumbaiker at heart.
Right. Tell us a little bit about your schooling and how you grew and stuff.
So I'm born, brought up in the South Bombay.
Right.
Actually, Bombay at those days, of course. And my parents come from a very simple family. And of course, me and my brother, in spite of all the odds, basically, I'm sure they have tried their best to raise the best abilities, what they could.
Right.
And yes, they set us free in making our own decisions and helping us to fly our wings.
So I'm sure because I was being born and raised in Mumbai myself. And you know, Bombay always had...
It's called the city of...
It's called the city of dreams for a reason.
Dreams, yes.
Because you move essentially from a smaller flat or house
Correct.
into something much bigger when you go across borders.
True.
But your parents did whatever they could.
Yes.
And that took you where? When you finished with your formal education, what did you pursue?
So I pursued, you can say I stumbled into medicine.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Right.
So, of course, I had the fascination of getting into this doctor with my name or something.
You always on the
And
prefix of
yeah,
DR.
it kind of, attracted me when I used to visit doctors whenever for health reasons.
Right.
So that kind of attracted me, and that aura, that respect and everything gave me that confidence or that urge to help the next generation or whatever I could do about
Fantastic.
it.
No, I think it's a it's probably the noblest profession there is.
Yes. Exactly.
But you know, Manisha, if when you're saying about helping the next generation, helping your fellow being and stuff, in what line did you want to pursue in medicine? What is the line that you pursued?
So for me, basically, if everything would have been well, I would have gone into child, frankly speaking, or a women.
Right.
Basically, I would have got into that.
Either one of those two fields.
Yeah, one of the two fields.
Right.
That always attracted me more somehow. Maybe, being a woman, this gynac, or maybe the pediatricians and everything.
Correct.
But okay, means I didn't work that hard to get into those, frankly speaking. I wish I could.
Right.
But anyways, nevertheless, in some form or the other, you could still get into the process.
Right.
So I became a doctor.
Right.
And I started practicing.
You started practicing. You got your doctorate in Bombay.
Yes, very much in Bombay. Everything born brought up education was done in Bombay.
Wonderful. I mean, I think, frankly, besides New York, there's no better place to be born and raised because there's an eclectic mix of people that you meet. And you are always thrown in with castes and creeds that allow you to flourish as a person.
That only a Mumbaiker can feel it. Actually,
Absolutely. And the pav bhaji helps.
Because pav bhaji, a lot of street food, trust me. Yeah. Yummy street food.
Yes.
But the point is, it's being too hot and humid.
Correct.
Nowadays, it's different.
It is.
Yes.
Manisha, tell me, once you got your doctorate out of the way,
Correct.
as it were, and you are now, in that exalted state of being called Dr. Manisha,
Right.
How did marriage or how did your husband to be and where did you meet?
So, I know many of my friends and colleagues do know about it, but then I was hosting one of the conferences. We do have medical conferences
Correct.
and everything. And we happened to come across over there. Both were students at that time.
Right.
And we connected and then we are together.
Super.
That's a long journey.
So you connected as medical students and then medicine decided you should stay.
Yes.
Both remain students for life.
To be each other forever.
Wonderful. Now, I believe you have a very pretty daughter.
Yes.
Yeah? What's her name and can you tell us a little bit about her?
So my daughter, she's called Sniti.
Right.
And she's a 15-year-old daughter.
Right.
Yeah, she's
15 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, she's
Wow.
15.
And I'm sure she's as pretty as her mother.
Much prettier than me.
So, what line would she like to pursue?
So right now, frankly speaking, the wings are open to her.
Right.
So
Is she inclined in any particular direction?
Not yet.
Not
of
yet.
course, she is also a very creative in her this thing. So I think she'll still take some time to.
Right. And Manisha,
Get
today
set her.
you're actually spoiled for choice because
Correct.
there's so many
Absolutely.
options and avenues open that sometimes kids get a little flummoxed as to, if I do this, I'm missing out on that, and
Definitely.
it becomes a little tough to really narrow down on one thing.
And nowadays for parents, it's the whole, everything is said and done. We just want that happiness should be a profession.
Absolutely, I
That's
think you
all
put
it's
it
worth.
very, very well. Happiness, or the child's
And
happiness,
then-
is paramount as a parent.
Exactly. So,
But now onto your own happiness, and you took your beauty to heights by joining a pageant, namely our pageant. But we'll come to that in a bit. How did the pageantry bug bite you?
so to be very true, this was my childhood dream.
Okay,
I mean, I used to like that ramp walk, or whenever I used to see on those small Doordarshan television, or whenever those Aishwaryas, and I mean all the beauty queens
right.
and everything.
And you wanted to wear a
I
crown,
was like, wow, this seems like a very appealing.
right?
But I was already, getting into medical profession,
Correct.
studying, so it didn't work out.
Okay,
But that burning desire was still somewhere there.
yeah.
So I thought, and then marriage happened, then
Correct.
you get into
Then life
motherhood,
happens, and then you get kind of
just-
sidetracked. Yes.
This all gets sidetracked.
So
And
you thought about wearing a crown at some stage,
Yes,
and you wanted to maybe explore this line.
correct.
How did you narrow down on Diva?
So this one of my designer, my regular designer, and one of the already Diva girl who was
Right.
already a winner.
Mhm.
Her name is Farzana.
Oh, Farzana Lakrawala. Okay,
Oh yes, yeah,
right,
totally.
right.
So she happened to mention that, this one I know, why don't you speak to her? My designer just happened to mention. So I said, yeah, why not? I just casually called her one sudden evening after coming back from designer, and I spoke, and we had a lovely conversation.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I think there is it. I mean, whatever I spoke to her, I felt, okay, I think I can now live my dream.
Right,
Then I connected Diva,
right,
and I had a formal registration done.
right.
And because it was during COVID time, and I was in Mumbai that time, and I spoke to ma'am,
Mhm.
Anjana ma'am. She had a formal kind of introduction
Correct.
session.
You do an audition, yes.
Yeah, that's an audition, right?
Correct.
So we had a formal audition with
Right.
her and one more beauty queen.
Okay.
I think it was Vibhuti to
Okay.
what I
Right.
remember. So both of them took my audition, and on that note, that was again a trial, because after that, whatever journey starts. But that first appearance with Anjana
Right.
ma'am and the colleague, I felt convinced that I was in the right place. I felt that, okay, this was my calling.
Mhm.
Uh,
Nice.
It felt quite comfortable.
Mhm.
It felt genuine.
Right.
It felt a very healthy exploration. I thought I
safe.
can do it. Absolutely
Right.
safe. I felt at that moment, you get the vibe.
Yes.
That
yes.
vibe gave me, okay, fine, I have to be there to
Mhm.
live my dream. And then I registered, and then it's
Wow. You registered, and then the formal event happened, which was Mrs. West India, in 2022.
yes.
But Manisha, you obviously then came to the Hyatt. And tell us a little bit about your experiences,
I would love,
primarily with the grooming sessions that happened.
of course, I would love to. I still say to whomever I meet or we talk about it, those 4 days were absolutely beautiful. I
Right.
was actually, I think I knew myself much better. The
I see, okay.
potential, or the way I could actually carry myself, the way I could just mix around with those strangers, because you always come along with a set of people and your friends, family, relative. These were absolute, you were thrown into those absolute
Right.
strangers. Everybody was new, everybody was mother
Yes.
of different age groups, but we were all mothers. We had all different challenges. Everybody has come back with dreams in their eyes, and mixing around, but still we all had an underlying competition. So
Right.
it's healthy.
Correct. You
but
will compete
still-
on the fourth day.
But still
Yes.
you're competing, so you want to be at your best, but still you're competing. So it was a mixed reaction, and of course the night I mean the grooming, in terms of everything, I still credit after that also so many years. The way I would talk, walk, carry myself, I definitely Diva
Wow.
has kind of
That
actually
makes me very,
profounded it.
very, very
Really.
happy. Yes.
I'm really, and about you and ma'am, seriously, it was, of course, y'all were taskmasters, y'all were making from us the best to come out. But at the same time, y'all had that warmth, y'all had that clarity, what this or that particular female can get out of it, and you all supported the best. And I really, no, undoubtedly, it was one of my best evening when I actually walked the ramp with those music. Still that song with the music which I
and
walked,
the winner's
it
crown.
still rings in my ear. It's like it's my song when it's still on the radio or anywhere on the music for the family. Oh, it's your song, and I still go in those trance.
Wonderful,
in that
wonderful.
trance.
So succinctly put, and it's uplifting to me even now. But if there were a couple of takeaways that you had, I mean, other than the crown, obviously,
Okay.
what would you say? How did you flower as a person because of pageants or this particular pageant?
First of all, it's always very thing, kind you good looks or you're beautiful or something. There's a very normal adjectives in your life.
Cliched, yes.
But when you actually carry yourself, it gave me much more confidence. Because just a plain physical beauty will never take you to a long way.
Right.
It's not just I'm trying to say that I'm being pompous about it, but what I'm trying to say is it actually helps me to add on a kind of a niche to my character or
Right.
a kind of a confidence to my personality.
Right.
That yes, I can do this too. I can mix around with those strangers. I can walk the ramp with that confidence. I can make myself feel the best in front of the whole audience. And whatever the result happened was, I think, secondary. I'm
Wow.
sure, because out of those so many female who participated, there could be only three winners, unfortunately. But yet that feeling of being there over there, like it felt like a crown.
You know,
queen.
Manisha, this is so sweet because I am fond of telling people that if you've come for the crown, that is purely the icing on the cake.
Yes, true.
What you need to understand is the way your persona gets enhanced
Yes.
and the way your confidence gets manifold, in terms of in your growth as a person.
Right.
So you get way more confident, way more impressionable.
100%.
And I think the essence of pageantry is camaraderie. You mix with different sets of people.
Definitely.
You learn to grow as a person and as a professional. Now, you won a crown. You won the major crown. How did life transpire after that?
So I had moved to Pune
Right.
during that time, coincidentally. The pageant happened in Pune and
At the Hyatt, yes.
yes, that's Hyatt. And then I had moved to Pune, and I was still in the process of actually resettling and relocating and everything. But that inner fire was there. That even it took a little pause in the profession when I relocate and everything, but that inner fire, that inner confidence was still there, that yes, given a choice, if tomorrow anytime anything comes, I can still do it. That actually, I think I might not have known if I really don't, till the time you don't explore different challenges in life, you don't know your own potential.
Correct.
So I guess I realized, okay, it might have taken a little sabbatical in terms of actually profession, like
Right.
I was, but in the meantime, since it was COVID, I got into online consultation.
Oh, wow. Okay,
I started
okay.
with online consultations because it was accepted during COVID times. I worked a lot with online with those
Right,
patients,
right.
and
That must have been quite an experience, right? Because typically when you talk of doctor, you talk of face-to-face, you talk of a person behind or beneath the jacket,
Right.
the doctor's coat.
Right.
Now, when you're doing online consultancy, how does it differ or what are the challenges as opposed to meeting somebody face-to-face?
it definitely differs. It wasn't accepted before COVID. COVID
Right.
changed quite a lot of things, and this being one of them. Of course, primarily the initial stage, there are different stages in medicine. We call it like
Correct.
first stage, second. The primary and secondary cases yet can be resolved. But of course, the tertiary ones like the hospitalizations or the emergency ones cannot be sometimes, it can be missed.
Correct.
So obviously, I used to not talk about, I'm not talking about those, but I say the primary and tertiary, because of the convenience, with the traffic, with the chaos, and with the amount of time goes, nowadays, it's fine. For the primary and the secondary
So
cases,
again,
still
Manisha,
can be
now
managed.
you are a wellness doctor at heart,
Correct.
right? Is there any particular case that you want to tell us that you kind of transformed somebody?
Yes, for sure. Actually, I'll in short, I'll say that wellness for me was more of actually taking beyond only just physical, taking care of those patients beyond physically.
Correct.
So when it was wellness, it was more of lifestyle disease.
Yes, and it's more the mind.
Yes.
Yes.
Mind also means when it's not only mind. So when you said mental, emotional, or physical well-being of a patient, we used to look at the patient overall. I look into weight, I look into
Okay.
height, weight as in overweight, underweight, height, in children specifically, skin, hair, warmer
Right.
forte those time. go back
At that
to
point in time, yes.
that point of time. And because of that, all these things, but during COVID, it took backseat because wellness was not the need of the hour.
Yes.
That time being
Survival
healthy
was.
and survival. Absolutely, you said it, survival.
Right.
So I did work with clinical aspects. Then
Mhm.
I took that as a backseat. I said that this is not my duty right now.
Correct.
My service goes towards the health of the patient.
Mhm.
So we got into this. I went into clinical. I practiced. I was a lot into taking care of the COVID patients. Of course, come back and come with the scare that don't know if we are going to be again get affected. Those kind of we all have lived
Correct.
basically. But seeing them that closely
Mhm.
and seeing sometimes not all of them could fight out. So
Right.
sometimes
Manisha,
seeing
this is very interesting because when you're talking about patience and wellness and transformation, there's a wide gamut of people that come under you.
of
You know,
course.
I mean, all sorts of shapes and sizes. You want to tell us any particular case where maybe you transform physically somebody?
Of course, I do remember one very typically, if I actually think. There was this one patient who was must be around middle age, 35, 37.
Okay.
I
Young,
can't be
I mean, fairly young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very young actually. And could you believe his weight was 123 kgs?
Wow.
So 123
Wow.
kgs, and I was also, just recently started with my wellness, new to 6-8 months and everything. I'm also experimenting. It's like every patient for me is a new challenge. With 123 kgs, giving that hope, giving him that motivation every time when he comes back to the clinic, and keeping him sustained with
Yes.
his
With his goals.
with his goals was a challenge. But yes, we survived together.
Mhm.
And we brought him to around 85. I still remember
From
very
123
vividly.
to 85.
Yes, and it was a challenge because they have
Wow.
a different diet, a different kind of body structure,
Correct.
and everything. To work on it was a huge challenge, and I was also new to the field that time. So it was that gave me that confidence. Yes, this is possible if you are well motivated and focused. Actually,
Now, here's a trick question. You're a beauty queen
yes,
and you're also a wellness expert and a doctor.
true.
How do you marry the fact that a beautiful person can also look good in a lab coat?
So, as I said, I'm talking about wellness. As I talking about health. If I don't look good, if I don't look fit, if I don't look presentable, how do I make my patient feel?
So you must
confident?
role model what you
Yes,
what you espouse.
Of course, the
Right.
moment they come, they feel positive, they feel comfortable, and that's all what I'm doing it.
Manisha, as both a beauty queen and a doctor, what is your advice to an aspirant who feels that stage could be their future?
I think if anybody feels that they would want to experience a ramp walk, please do it. It's a stage which will help you to feel more confident, clear, and validated.
Wow.
In today's time, with the chaos of everyone's routine, it could be family and
Great.
all the social thing, this helps you to know yourself much better,
Mhm.
and you get those emotional, mental, a state of happiness of being and knowing yourself and achieving something on your own without any family.
So
or
what you're
friends.
trying to say is inner beauty does manifest itself into outer charm, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You are a person with gift of gab. You can just make those. You know exactly what I meant is what I feel. Experience it.
Right.
It just gives you another world of beauty, another world of confidence.
Yes. Another word of wellness.
Okay, another world of wellness.
Wow. Okay. Manisha, if you were to take life from here on, right? Now, obviously, you said your childhood dream was walking the ramp, wearing a crown, and you achieved that.
Right.
You said about wanting a DR in front of your name, and you
Yes.
became a doctor.
Right.
What does life hold for you from here on in?
I think till now I'm being guided by the invisible hand somewhere.
Okay. Right.
And I leave it to him for me to explore in different forms and just guide me through my journey of life.
This hand has pushed you, guided you, motivated you, mentored you
True.
into directions of beauty, being a doctor, and making other people feel better about themselves. May this hand, Manisha, continue to guide you, because it's been an absolutely fascinating session with you. And moreover, learning how a beauty queen who was very close to my heart
Sweet.
has flourished and made other people beautiful in the profession that she's chosen. Dr. Manisha, I'm absolutely fascinated, and this has been a wonderful and very candid session of being with you and on Candid with Karl.
Thank you so much, sir. It's such an overwhelming experience for me. It was, we met after so long and I'm here over here. As I said, it's an honor to be sitting in front of you, and it's absolute pleasure to be sitting with you. I'll never forget this beautiful
I'll
time.
treasure this too.
Me too, totally.
Cheers
Thank
on the
you so
very,
much.
very best in life.
Totally with you, sir. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.